Hey, how's it going? So in this video, we're going over what to pack for a triathlon. In my case, right now, I'm packing for an Ironman in 48 hours from now. I'm flying to Maryland, I'm based in Chicago, and everything I need is in this bag and this bike box. So this is specific for an Ironman where you're traveling to, but really it's pertainable to any triathlon that you might be doing. At the end of the video, I'm going to have my packing list, and you could screenshot that and use it for your own race. So buckle up, we're going over what's inside these bags. Okay, real quick, I'm going to start on the day before, the night before the actual race. You could have a cup of coffee when you wake up the day before, but nothing after that. There was a time before Ironman Tulsa a few years ago. I had a cup of coffee mid-afternoon, went to go to bed, couldn't fall asleep, did not sleep a wink the entire evening before an Ironman. Not optimal. Ever since, no coffee after, say, 8 a.m. And I take a small melatonin an hour before I'm going to bed. That makes it where I fall right to sleep, all that pre-race energy, zapped, get a good night's sleep before the race. You wake up the next morning, race morning, what do? Obviously, you're gonna have your tri-suit. I like a two-piece tri-suit. You have the bottoms, and then you have the top. Easy access to anything you need down there. A one-piece suit, I don't know how you go to the bathroom, if you have to reach down there and adjust anything. You don't have access, so I like a two-piece tri-suit. So you wake up, you put your tri-suit on. After that, lather up in sunscreen. Get a nice, good base of sunscreen on you. And then after that, you got Body Glide. You're gonna have a wetsuit on. You're gonna have a lot of friction around the neck area as you're swimming. So really rub this all over the back of your neck, all over your neck. Rub it underneath your where your arms are gonna be hitting, in your legs. The more the merrier. You know, you wanna get in front of these things rather than having to deal with them should any rashes develop during the race. So sunscreen and Body Glide. Have coffee or whatever caffeine you like early in the morning of the race day. You want to be attentive, you want to loosen up those bowels, and then have a breakfast contingency plan because you're going to be in a hotel likely and you're going to have to be out before they start serving breakfast. So have whatever you would normally eat for breakfast, have a contingency plan in place for that. A couple other things I like to pack. Scissors. Small little scissors to cut all the bike stickers, the helmet stickers, any loose things on the band that they give you. Scissors are really handy. Permanent marker. You're going to be having all these bags, all these things that need to be marking. Mark it up yourself with the additional numbers that they give you. Tape. You can put a bright colored tape on your bags. So when you go in the transition areas and are trying to locate your stuff, you're gonna see the color of the tape that you put on your bags. So those are some pre-race things. Now you're gonna go to the race. In an Ironman, they give you these bags. So this is your morning bag. So all your swim things are gonna go in the morning bag. So goggles, very important. You wanna have goggles that provide some shields, the polarized goggles that if there's sun, which the sun is usually coming up, it's gonna be right in your eyes at certain points in the swim likely. So having polarized goggles is very helpful. Have some anti-fog sprays, spray them up so that when you're in your swim, you don't fog up and you can't see when you're sighting. So have that ready. Pre-race, you might want some energy, something to give you some carbohydrates, some protein, whatever it is you need to get ahead of the nutrition. You're obviously going to have your swim cap. In addition, the race is going to give you a timing chip. You want to have that on. Make sure it's on the right ankle because it does go on a specific ankle. And then you want your wetsuit. So put your wetsuit on, not too early. You know, before you go in the water, you don't want to be suffocated waiting for an hour in a tight wetsuit. So really think about the timing of when you fully strap up. I don't think you want to do it too early. So whatever you have on going to the race, after you get your swim stuff on, which is in here, you take the stuff that you have on, put it in this bag, give it to the Ironman people, and then after the race, you'll get it all back. All right, swim is over. You've taken your wetsuit off. You've had a great swim. You got your swim cap, your goggles. Take all those off, and you're gonna grab what's in your bike bag. You empty out the contents of your bike bag and put your swim stuff in the bike bag. Now, what do you have in the bike bag? First of all, you got your bike shoes. Now, I like to order it where I take out a small towel, and these are gonna dry my feet, get any grass or sand that's on your feet, clean those off real well, put on your bike socks, put on your bike shoes. Next, you got your helmet. Inside your helmet would be your glasses. Mine has a visor attached to it, so I don't have to worry about that. I use a biking headband for sweat, and then my gloves. So those are going in my hand. And then I have a bag of nutrition that I'm gonna put in my back pouch of my tri-suit. I'm just taking the whole bag. It's got some granola bars that I like. I eat those right away to get ahead of nutrition. It's got some gel blocks, some salt, some salty stuff to absorb all of the liquids that I'm gonna be drinking. But this is all in just one bag. I'm just bringing this with me in my hand, putting them in the back, my back pouch. And then finally, two things that are gonna be left behind. Some chafing butter, if you will. Put a big splotch on your hand, put it down there, get ahead of the chafing. And then I got some spray sunscreen. I put on the base of lotion, but this is gonna, really provide a layer of sun protection all over my body, legs, arms, neck, face, ears, everything. Get all that done, shoes are on, got this stuff, run out to the bike. Okay, now we've got to our bike, and what's on the bike? Okay, for myself, I've got some power pedals that connect to my bike computers. These are Garmin Rally power pedals and then a Garmin bike computer. So when I'm riding, I see my speed, I see my cadence, I see my power output. It shows my heart rate, time duration. You could do it in laps. So I find it important, very helpful to knowing how you're riding and having metrics in front of you at all times. So that's one thing I have. Next are water bottles. I have some water bottles behind my seat, 2 of them, and then 1 down here. All of the water bottles are loaded up with some powder. In my case, I use this Infinite Nutrition. Nutrition is a whole unique ball game to each person, so I'm not going to go into all of that. I have some more electrolytes in my bottles. Generally, you're trying to drink 1 bottle per hour. So if I'm riding for 6 hours, it's going to be 6 water bottles drank. So the water bottles, they're loaded up with ice, they're loaded up with powder, they're ready to go. And then finally, right here, I have all the stuff I need to change a flat in the event of that happening. So that includes a tube, that includes air cartridges with something to inflate the tire with. It includes the tire lever to get the tire off, back on, the proper Allen wrenches, not only to take off the tire, but one to tighten anything on the bike. Your water bottle cage, your head of the bike could all come loose. So you want to have the proper tools to make any adjustments in race. And then finally, tire patch kit. If you get 2 flats, what's going to happen? So perhaps, it's not mandatory, you want to patch the tire that went flat, put it back in when you're done changing it. If you do get another flat, maybe that old one will come in handy. It's unlikely, but it's something to consider. So bike is fully ready to go. I get on that. I've got all my bike stuff, out of transition, onto the bike. This one is IronMan specific. So it's a 112-mile bike course, and at the halfway point, roughly, you'll come out upon personal needs, and you'll have a personal needs bag. And when you get to that point, you'll be handed your personal needs bag when you roll up to the personal needs area. And in that bag is whatever you want, whatever you need for the second half of the bike course. So I mentioned 1 bottle per hour. So I have 3 new bottles loaded up with whatever I put in them. And these are throwaway bottles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour these throwaway bottles into my good water bottles on my bike, put them back into personal needs, the personal needs bag, and then I have 1 bag that I'm just gonna take it and bring it with me. And what that has in it is more nutrition. So in my case, I like to have these granola bars, 3 different types. Again, some mixed nuts, something salty to really try to soak in all those fluids that I'm taking in. And then I have some Vaseline, just in case it's needed. I may or may not use it. I have some more sunscreen. I've got really light skin, so I'm sweating a lot. All that sunscreen that I put on already might be wearing off. So as I'm riding, I'm gonna put some more on and really make sure that my day doesn't get ruined from some massive sunburn. And then I also have something like a leave. Take 2 of those. You're starting to feel sore. You're starting to feel some swelling. That might help with that. So I take 2 of those. Again, though, all of this stuff is just in a bag. I'm not going through it. I'm just putting the bag right there. All the stuff that I've eaten on the first half, that's gone. I have more room. And then I'm done with personal needs, get on my way. It depends on the race whether you're going to get your personal needs back. Usually you are not going to. So whatever you put back into the personal needs and leave behind, you're never going to see it again. So something to consider. Okay, you're done with the bike. You come in, your bike helmet, all your bike stuff. You're going to take that off. You're going to get your run bag, dump out the run bag, put the bike stuff in the run bag. You're done with the bike. Now you need to get into your run stuff. So what do you have? You have some loose things. I always run with a hat. It's going to protect you from sun. If it's really hot outside, what I like to do is at every aid station, I take ice, I put it in the hat, wear the hat with ice in it. Then it's just slowly melting on you, keeping your core temperature down. If you're having a hard time taking in fluids, you could just suck on ice cubes the whole time. It's just a slow burn of hydration. So really, I like running with the hat. I don't run with sunglasses. Some people do. Have sunglasses if you're a sunglasses person. Next, I have my race number. It's just on a belt, so I'm not struggling with it. All I'm doing is putting on the belt. Pro tip, buckle it in front, and then just turn it around. You don't have to worry about doing it behind your back or anything like that. So just have that ready to go. You're not fudging with getting it on you any other way. Then you have your shoes. I've got some knee issues, cartilage issues, so I wear a knee sleeve. That's in my shoe. Pull it on, and then I take my bike socks off and I rub friction defense all over my feet. I want to get ahead of blisters, and then I put on a fresh pair of running socks for me. A lot of people just use the same pair of socks the whole time. That's fine. I tend to mix it up, biking and running socks. Takes a second, but it's just the way I do it. Once my feet are all lubed up, new pair of socks, put my running shoes on. I use the super shoes, the Nike Superfly or whatever they call them. These definitely make you faster. It's 30 seconds a mile on average is kind of what I feel, as long as you're really running and taking advantage of the spring. They're expensive. I've swapped out the laces for these laces that you more just slide on, and then you could adjust the tab here. Makes it a little bit quicker. They're a little bit more elastic, and when your feet start to swell, I find they work better. And then for nutrition on the run, anything I might need on the run, this is something, it's kind of like a paste that you mix up, and then every once in a while you just take a little shot of it, get some electrolytes, get some carbohydrates, all that good stuff. And then I stick just kind of like an emergency case. In my back pocket, these are blister guards. So if I feel a blister coming on during the course of the run, I have something that I could put on it right when I feel it. If that happens, doesn't take up a lot of space. I have some more Vaseline should I need it, and then 2 more Aleve should I need it, and some base salt. In terms of other nutrition on the run course, there's an aid station at every mile. Whatever kind of my stomach could allow for during the run is what I'll take. They have a run personal needs as well at the halfway point. Typically, I don't use run personal needs. So yeah, that's the run. You go out on the run course and hang on till the end. All right, congratulations. You finished the race. Swim, bike, run. You're given your medal to wear. You're happy. Now the worst part. You have to go retrieve your morning bag, stuff with your swim stuff, and the stuff with your bike stuff. You gotta carry the 3 bags over to your racked bike that you never want to see again. And then you gotta grab it all, bring it back to your hotel, your car. It's the worst part of the Ironman. You're tired, you want to shower, you want to rest, but that is the last part of the Ironman journey. All right, lastly, I want to talk about getting the bike into the bike bag. You want it to be less than 50 pounds. A lightweight bike with the box, with minimal other items in there, it's really close to 50 pounds. A lot of airlines have different regulations. You always want to check your airline and make sure, A, they allow bike bags, and then B, if there's a weight limit, and you try to be under that weight limit. So a couple things. I always put my helmet in the bike bag along with my empty water bottles. Those are big items. They don't weigh a lot, and typically you could find a space to put it in the bike bag. I have some cheap plastic bags that I try to put over the chain so that things don't get too gunked up. I use some electrical wire just to secure everything, tie everything close together, make sure that everything travels nicely. Then you need the tools to take your bike apart. You need the proper Allen wrenches to take the seat off, to take the wheels off, to remove the handlebar and the head of your bike, fold it down, and then you need something to take off your pedals, and then also to put everything back together on the other side. 2 more items. You want to empty the air out of your tires. You don't want them flying at full pressure. When you get to the race site, there's going to be a ton of bike pumps, so you'll be able to pump up your tires back up when you get to the other side. And then air canisters, buy those at the race. Don't fly with them. They are likely going to get taken from you. The bike box will likely get opened up, and if they see these, they're taking them. So might as well just buy a new one at the race. So with that, I'm gonna take the bike apart and put it in the bike box. So that's it. My bike is boxed. A couple other notes. I like to make some markings on the bike where the seat height is, how the handlebar is set up, so that you're putting it back in the exact position that's right for you. You don't want anything being different on race day, so kind of mark everything before you take it apart. So just have the tools on hand. When you get to your destination, first thing you should do is put your bike together, bring it for a ride, make sure everything's working properly, the brakes, the gears. If not, you have a little bit of time to get to a mechanic to fix all that up. So Right now, I'll link to my packing list. Should be on the screen. Now is a good time to take a screenshot if that interests you. And I am by no means an expert at this. I'm an amateur that this worked for me over multiple times of testing and refining. Feel free, if you're more of a professional than me, to comment below about tips that you think would be good for triathletes looking to up their packing game. So, good luck to me in 48 hours, and good luck to you on your next race.